This autumn day. This autumn day is quite ordinary day. Bright sky. Oh, I should look through the window before I speak. But brown leaves, yellow leaves on the ground. And those little birds, the Iset, eating seeds in a feeding station just outside the building. To be alive, to be just alive, is something sometimes hard to even see. Maybe it's too close. Maybe it's too close, so we don't know we are alive. We are looking for something else. Something that we think is more important. But how come anything else could be more important? Being alive is not because we have done, or at least it's not up to us. It's much bigger. And this gratitude, the simple gratitude, no complication, just gratitude because parents were there. And now we are here. This just ordinary autumn day. Here we are breathing, sitting together. We are following tradition that tells that there is nothing else to seek. Than what is already in front of us. Otherwise this tradition couldn't survive. If there is some complicated secrets or complicated matters, I don't think this tradition would be here today. It only survives because there is no secrets. There are no secrets. But if there is any secret, it's that we make one. But this doesn't, of course, mean that it's just, although it's clear, we know it's not clear for us. For the birds, it's clear in their own ways. This koan that we looked every day, I think, that the Buddha points the ground. How was it? The Buddha points to the ground, yes. There is another kind of, or another pointing to the ground just here. On the altar, there is this Buddha sitting there, Buddha statue. And the mudra is clearly also something to do with the ground. Touching the ground. Earth touching gesture. It has also this another name, Bhumi Sparsha. One of those famous gestures that Buddha is associated with. And perhaps one of my favorite one. So this touching the first, this other koan, he's pointing the ground, and now he's touching the ground, touching the earth. Are they two different gestures? Is one gesture better than the other? In this gesture we have on the altar, it represents the moment when Buddha awakened. There was this famous fight, or how you say, encountered those difficulties when he was practicing under the tree. There was this Mara that is called in some old language. Is it Sanskrit or my mistake? I'm sorry, I don't know. But so this leader of the gang, Mara, and also his fellows, gang members, they circled, or they were around Buddha and tried to convince him that he is a failure, just a loser. He can't do that, and anyway, if he thinks he is something, they are in every means better than him. So they have deeper understanding, they are more enlightened, and so on. And probably until that moment, always before, he was a little bit uncertain. Maybe it is so. Maybe I'm not as good as those. Maybe I'm not worthy. Okay, I give up. Maybe next time. But for reason that he had practiced, and it was his karma, obviously, that the time was right. Time is always right. Time is always right. But now it was right for him. And he had practiced and practiced. As we know, he sat under the tree. He had sat probably under many other trees before. But today he sat under that particular one. Like we sit here now. We've sat, some of us, quite a few sessions already. But today we are sitting under this tree. At the moment now, this moment, there are no other trees than this. And here is only those doubts that are now. Only those thoughts that are now. They are here. Those doubts that maybe time is not enough, session will be over, or I haven't practiced hard enough, or I don't understand. This is not for me. Or we might, of course, think that this is quite easy thing to do, so I don't actually have to do so much anymore. And this is so fun, just to sit here and... Aha, someone is laughing. But those, how would I call them in English? But those doubts, angry doubts, or angry blaming Buddha, blaming Siddhartha. But today he was different. Today he didn't step back. Today he sat. Today he sit. And for some reason he was just there. And when those things raised their heads and voices and started to attack, he asked the earth to come to witness his practice. They were claiming that his understanding is not as good as theirs. Is there anyone who can who can support you, who can stand for you? Is that right to say? Is there anyone who can be on your side, Mr. Siddhartha? And then he asked the earth, and earth witnessed, earth approved. And those gang members couldn't but leave. So there he was, sitting on the grass. Sky was like now. Birds were there, probably. Wind was a little bit blowing. And there he was. And first time he knew, without thinking, without analyzing, without any special skills, well, just very directly. For the first time he was so sure about it. Everything, every being, everything comes from the same root. That root is non-separation. Separation never existed. All and everything is this one body, one family. It's a little bit like this net of Indra. Same. Everything is interconnected. And so he saw, and that's what we call Buddha. That's what the mudra, or this gesture, is about. Was it so that he once said that Buddha, that something like that, that this, that you can't miss, if I put this wooden stick, I won't miss this earth. It's there. If you do like this, there it is. You can't miss it. So everybody can do that. We are sitting on the earth. That gesture also, I guess there are many other probably connotations could be. At least one is something like this right hand is skillful means, representing skillful means. So wherever action and situation we find us, we can act skillfully. Or sometimes we do act unskillfully, and then finally one day we learn from that. And this, his left hand is in this palm up, like a meditation posture, and that symbolizes wisdom, prajna. So this is those two combined together, wisdom and prajna. And as it is, that wisdom is something that we all inherently, it's in us already. So all of us who are not so interested in reading books or studying, it's a good news. This particular one, wisdom, is not possible to find in any books. More so that wisdom is coming from the earth, from the air, from the wind. That wisdom has always been exposed. It's like this shop, punnitse ja säästä. You just go there and you grab as much as you like. But this one is for free. And also this same gesture, earth-touching gesture is associated with another Buddha figure, Aksopya Buddha. And that is something like immovable one. Immovable one. And he did make a vow, this Aksopya Buddha, not to ever feel anger or disgust to anybody. And he, according to records, he did succeed. So he never felt anger. That's quite an achievement, we could say. This anger and all those grasping and wanting and not wanting and all that everyday fight that we are quite familiar with is of course causing a lot of sorrow and sufferings to everyone who it is linked to. And we know that klesa is this another Sanskrit word that those defilements, those poisons of mind are like such. They are anger and greediness and such. Also ignorance is mentioned as one of those poisons. And ignorance probably is referring to the fact that we don't know, if we are ignorant, we don't know what happened under the Bodhi tree. We don't know it it's not our own experience. So that kind of so we are ignorance. We do know we are separated. That's what we think is the only thing. We are separated. That's how we feel. That's how we think things are. So we don't know that non-separation, that everything comes from the same place. And what is that place? We don't know that, and that's why all the other problems so easily takes place. Yesterday I mentioned that this king of the gods, Indra, that he is living in the Deva realm and is a ruler there. So Deva realm is one of those 6 worlds or realms of rebirth, and like those, we could say, what happened to Buddha when he saw that Mara and his gang couldn't beat him. Then he was free, I suppose, free from those worlds, those different kind of realms that were very familiar places for him, as all of us, for all of us. So those realms are 6. This Devas that was just mentioned is the highest highest of those 6 one. Everybody wants to be there, to born there, because there is really fun. But the only problem is that all the fun will end one day. But if you don't think about that, I think that's the address for you. Deva realm, kind of a god-like thing. So, but they say that you end up there because you've been doing good things. So it's not that easy probably to get there. And then we have some sort of gods still, but they are jealous for those who are above them. So they also are doing good, but they see that there are those who are doing even better, and that makes them suffer. They can't actually enjoy what they already have because they are envy, jealous. And then we have, if I remember correctly, I think we have a human is, if we say, below those gods that are jealous. And all of these worlds, 6 worlds or realms, because although some of them, like those devas, are super cool, if you may say so, you still have there's still some although it's almost perfect, there is one little thing that is a little bit imperfect, and it is that gods used to have a little bit of pride. And so that's kind of their dark side. And so, human of course have all those same qualities, but let's see. And also those demigods or secondary gods, how you would say, there is this jealousy and craving, and very strongly. And according to Buddhist teachings or so, human has this desire, lust, some sort of that kind of is why you are drawn into being human. And then we have animals, talitiainen tai tiainen ja those other things. And it said that they, because stupidity, too bad they can't say anything against this, but stupidity means something. Of course, animals probably are not, they are kind of doing well in their animalness. They are what they are, so they are not making complications. So in that sense they are a little bit stupid. And isn't it say that in this practice we also practice it's kind of positive stupidity. Sometimes people feels in Sesshin that they have become stupid. Suddenly they can't count 3, 1, 2, and what is the next number? 1, 2, I don't remember. So you might find those kind of things happening suddenly, that Some very simple things are not anymore. It feels strange. I'm a bit stupid, getting stupid. And that kind of stupidity gives a room for something else. When our computer that is always dividing things is shut down for a moment, we can stop and see things without measuring. And then we have hungry ghosts. And there is this, it's a greed, one of those factors. And then hellish realms at the end. And it's said that hate is strong reason why you end up there. Rage, hate. And as we can easily see, none of these things that are mentioned here is not anything that we don't know and that we haven't experienced ourselves. So in that state we could say also that we are a little bit of everything. We've been there everywhere. But we don't know if those realms are really existing and if they are, in which way. At least we know that during the day, like example, every day in Sesshin you can feel like you are in hell and you can feel that you are up in the heaven. You can feel all those things. And they are pulling cords, they are taking you a little bit where they want. I haven't told, I don't know why, but we kind of find a name for this temple. And why don't we say it aloud? I think because now I've been contemplating this name, and I think it is quite okay. It came from the work that one of us who is living was doing. Kind of trying to find words that are fitting already existing, this is Sanneji, this place. So then if there are any Japanese kanjis that could sound a bit similar, and they are. And then we got the one quite nice, but it wasn't sure if it's a correct way to say, so it was checked from one native Japanese who is living in Japan, and that person then said that why don't you use this one? So she just picked it up one kanji away, and so it became Sanneji. And those three kanjis there are something like going to the root, and Ji is this temple. So it's possible that we could use this name Sanneji, going to the root. At least a very good reminder and beautiful reminder for what is really essential here. Okay. So please touch the ground. May all beings attain the Buddha way. And 3 prostrations.